Okay, a very warm welcome back to very chilly Alton Park for stage 4 of the Salford Van Hire Neil Howard Stages Rally. First round of the 2025-2026 Protyre Circuit Championship season. We're kicking things off in style here in Cheshire on this opening round. It's been an exciting morning so far. Thank you very much for tuning in. As it has been for the last few seasons, Williams Auctions bringing you the coverage of this championship to your screens and your devices. Big thank you and a big shout out to all our sponsors, to our live stream partner Williams Auctions doing the business for us. Cars are lined up on the start line, ready to go. You may just about see that on the cameras. Michael Igoe, Will Atkins, current championship current champion holders at the minute, 2 times in a row, waiting for the countdown to come on. They're struggling a little bit, I must admit, not quite found their feet yet today. Has Michael and Will. Stunning pace early on from Joe Cunningham, Josh Beer, and the WRC Fiesta have shown the way to everybody else, giving everybody a real wake-up call this morning. But problems on stage 3 has seen them drop all of that time, so around about 16 seconds lost on stage 3, and Steve Simpson, Chris Williams, who were chomping at the bit, looking forward to getting back out there on this event. They are now joint leading going into stage 4, which is about to kick off any time now. Total time so far today then 20 minutes and 27 seconds for Joe Cunningham and also Steve Simpson as well in that Rally 2 Fiesta. Tudor Glass sponsor. Ryan Burns showing good pace in 3rd, Sean Hughes alongside. They are setting it, well, they set a time of 20.33, so 6 seconds off that leading pace, with Michael Igoe now bunny hopping John Griffiths and Emma Morrison into 4th place, 20 minutes 34. John and Emma 20.38, so all to play for as the circuit dries out here at Alton Park. Michael and Will blasting their newly decorated Citroen C3 Rally 2 into stage 4 then. Backwards around Old Hall, very slippy on the circuit, hard under brakes, coming into the gravel section. Neat and tidy through the gates. A little bit of a cut as they turn onto that long gravel section down the back of the circuit. And away they go. Next up then, John Griffiths, Emma Morrison in the Skoda Fabia. Looking good. Handbrake to bring that car around. Nicely done. So 3rd into stage then, Steve Simpson and Chris Williams then in this Rally 2 Fiesta, showing real good pace today. Nice to see Steve back on it and now joint leading the event. For the flick. Steers the back end of the car around the tight left-hander there and away down the gravel. Rejoining the circuit up at Lodge Corner, and back around the circuit they go, and they'll be making their way down to the bottom end of the circuit, where they will turn. It's on lap 2 actually, so we've got a couple of minutes wait before they head to the water splash, to our second camera. John and Alex Stone in a beautiful legend performance Volkswagen Polo, enjoying themselves, having a good run here at Alton Park today as well. Nice to see everyone joining us. Thank you very much for tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube. David Brammer's joining us, Charlotte Wainwright, Rob Davies, Graham Davies, Philip Roberts. Plenty of people watching. Car 205 then, Joe Cunningham, Josh Beer, been leading the rally, I would say, on an event like this, reasonably comfortably as well, to be honest with you, after the first few stages. Really got to grips with the conditions around the circuit early on, and took out quite a healthy lead, really. Only to have it all snatched back by the Tudor Glass Fiesta Rally 2. That is our third place car making its way onto the gravel. Ryan Burns in the Bat Sport Fiesta Rally 2. Sean Hughes alongside this weekend. Nice to see those boys out. Lisa Leonard is tuning in. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us. Dylan Griffiths is also watching. GF Rally Media. Pleasure to have you along. Karen Hankin, car number 7, Tim Swallow. At Seaford Rally 2. Next interview will be Michael and Will blasting through. Next interview will be our say local boys. There's quite a few local boys, to be fair, isn't it? It's the English team. Mike and Lewis, English. Beautiful. Teal coloured Fiesta Rally 2. I love that car. I've said it many times. It's one of the best looking cars out there. Steve Price is watching. Ian Carter, Grand Victory. Linda Mather, great coverage. We've got the BLMCC members who have worked so hard for months. They certainly have. Yeah, we will give them a shout out shortly as well, but all credit to the guys that run the fantastic event here at Alton Park. It's credit to everybody who's involved. Welcome along, Faggy. It's tuned in. Thank you, mate. Nice to have you along. Simo's trying, isn't he? He's trying his Simo. Using all the road. Hey, it's nice to see Steve like this, and you sort of get used to him sort of running a little bit further back in the field, and I almost felt like he'd lost a bit of his mojo, but he certainly seems to have found it again today. I hope you don't mind me saying that. Yeah, he's flying today. I'm really impressed. It's great to see him back out like this. Next up for us then on camera, Will Owen in that ultimate Mark II Escort. Leading the two-wheel drive cars. As we bring up the second image there then, we'll keep an eye out for cars coming through the water splash down at the bottom of the circuit as well. Not too deep today, which is good. Spectators will be happy about that. Enough water in to make a nice splash though for the photographers and the cameras crews as well. In place at the water splash for the photographs, I can see in the background. Dennis is saying there, looking forward to seeing it. It's a nice little spectacle to have, isn't it? We don't tend to have many water splashes in UK rallying anymore. So we have one here at Alton Park, which is really welcome. It's fantastic to see. Such a little head for Ligo going past us. He's already been through that splash. Keeping it pin sharp, it'll be interesting to see the times. I'll try and bring them to you as I get them. Another lap round before he dives in the pit lane. Clean road ahead for John and Emma as well. Just yet. Story of the morning, really, on the first two stages. The merge is just falling awkwardly, really, for the top guys. Simo's back. Looking quick again. Okay, next four is on the camera here. Nathan Bolton, Phil Kenny, second of the Legend Performance cars. John Stone just using fencing here. He knew what he was doing. He had it all under control. We'll tell us that. Just noticed broken number plates on Joe Cunningham's car. Maybe time loss on previous stage was a nudge into something. We are only speculating again. Broken number plates. So, time's coming through then. I said he was quick, didn't I? Steve Simpson set a fantastic time. Steve Simpson with a 6:53 through this stage. John Griffiths 6:55, Michael Igo is 6:58, so he's heating up at the front. Simo is he's got the bit between his teeth. This is really good to see. It's going to make an extremely exciting day. Joe Cunningham is just coming across the line now, eagerly awaiting his time. As Mark Holmes pushing hard in their Fiesta. Car number 20. Let's refresh. 3 seconds quicker for Joe, so it takes 3 seconds out of Simo in that one. That's some drive by Joe through there. The lead back up to 3 seconds then. Aaron Hankin, Adrian Atkinson making their way past the escort. John Stone and Alex Stone's time coming in as well. I'm actually took a second out of Michael Igo in that one. 6:57 is the time. 3 together. Joseph Duffy and Elise. We're enjoying the gravel so much. But, Mike English getting past Philip House and Nick Beaumont in the escort. Chris Woodhouse is flashing past the shop. No, it's not, sorry, it's David White. Jack Darvish is just behind him, David White in car 13. White's Bakery. R5 Fiesta. Trying to keep Jack Darvish's R5 Fiesta way behind. Next up then, Adge in the beautiful Subaru Impreza, although it's had a bit of a bump at the front end of that car. There's a headlamp missing. That won't help him later in the dark. Sounds great, doesn't it? Lovely looking car. Sounds good. James Garner is going to be our next competitor in the mighty Darien. The conditions are starting to come towards James now with this huge amount of power this Darien gives out. All sorts of problems this morning on stage 1 with the wipers not working and unable to see where he was going. Starting to find his feet a bit as the track dries now. Steve Hill, Evo. He's got Alistair Stables, the beautiful Chevette, punching him down. This Chevette caused all sorts of problems for Alistair at the end of last year, and yeah, you could see how sort of disheartened he was coming into the stages and just struggling on each event towards the end of the season with a niggle that wouldn't go away, and he really struggled to track it down. The car went for a full overhaul over the summer period. That sounds weird, doesn't it? The summer period rather than winter period. But, as we're here in the winter season running, the summer period when it went away. It's rebuild and it's come back and it's on full sod now. Stevie Brown in the Peugeot, hopping and banging its way into the woods. Now on the back of the circuit here, heading towards Lodge Corner. to back off the gravel onto the circuit. Next up for zone 28, this is Alfie Trelford, Magic Cross. Times and enjoying themselves. Just telling us at the end of stage 2, Dad's car, and he's been given the keys for the weekend, so he needs to look after it. I'm not sure whether not sure Dad's going to get that car back after this weekend if Alfie keeps driving it like he is. Marty Farron, car 29, super impressive. Next through for us. Two Fiestas making their way towards us at the same time. Focusing on car 25. Ben Wilkinson, Andrew Wilkinson, going well. Merck Spec sponsored car. Just catching a replay of Steve Simpson to the water. Fantastic shot. Stood down there, enjoying all the action. I'm sure you're getting a great view as well. It's a one-off for this championship. We don't have water splashes anywhere else around the circuit championship calendar. So it's nice to have an additional bit of fun on the stages. Catherine Gwilliam is sorting through all the radios, inventory and everything that needs doing in readiness for tomorrow. Your coverage is keeping us going. Thank you, Kathy and Chris. That's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for your comments. Glad we're keeping you going. Philip Burtis has seen Nide's words when he's got going again. I didn't even see Nigel on entry list. I certainly haven't seen him today so far. Okay. Catch up with what's going on. Kimberly and Yvonne Mather, they've had a great run this morning. They were having a fantastic time in that lovely looking sunbeam, enjoying every minute of being out there. We asked them if they were finding things difficult and slippy, and they said, yeah, it's slippy, but it's amazing. I'm glad someone was enjoying it. The slippier it got, the more fun they had, which is excellent to see. Gordon Davies and Jack Morris in the Dayglow orange highlights down the side of the Mitsubishi. Going well. The RO members in the Evo 9. Nick Johnson has got the Ford Fiesta up to speed. Just pulling out the way for James Garner to blast past in that Darien. So he's found some speed as James, and building with confidence as the circuit dries. You just saw Ian Woodward and Josh Woodward in the Mark II Escort. Whitchurch Motor Club crew over from Shropshire. Next up forwards then, this is Jack Ives and David Reed. Blue wheels on the white, well, I'd say ish, whitish Escort. It's looking a bit dirty, isn't it, out there? Stevie Brown is back with us in the Peugeot. As is Lewis Baines in the 106. And dancing the Escort through Old Hall. Ian Holt, Dan Briggs, sporting the damage from earlier on. The team have knocked it back into some sort of Escort shape. And doing all right. Flames from Elfie, Threlfall's Evo 10. Hutchinson, Cleo managing to get past Chris Phillips and Hannah Hughes' 106 as they come onto the circuit. This is the last time that these guys and girls will tackle the circuit wrong direction. After the short lunch halt, we will be going the correct way around the circuit, albeit with a couple of added extras, with the gravel being used as well. Nice to see the Jawas Escort back out, car 46. And our little chat with Mick after the end of stage 2, where the car rolled to a halt with us at the stop line, and it was a cable off the camshaft positioning sensor that had caused them to retire on stage 1, so 2 maximums for them. Not the way they wanted to start their championship campaign. But, as ever, happy to chat to us. Always a smile on their face, even at the times where they're the lowest. It's great to have a chat with them. They still come and always make the time for us, so we really appreciate that. Oh, Wilkinson Peugeot just bouncing on a bump here onto the gravel, and the car just running slightly wide. Actually, it was lucky to get away with that. Just ran right to the outside of the left-hander off camera. Lee Clark, Michael Abbott in the Subaru Impreza. The boys from Stockport, 061, and Liverpool Motor Clubs in that Impreza. The rain is just starting to fall again. There's not a cloud above us. It's just making its way to the other side of Cheshire, I think, with this wind. Andy Jones, Catherine Jones, Myersler College Motor Club members. Big splashes as well. Not too much water in that splash though, which is making the cars and the crews push on through there. It's good to see. Sometimes you have probably too much water in the water. Car 43. That was Jack Ives, David Reed. Trying to keep Stephen Johansson and Colin Stevens at bay in the Subaru. Interesting to see how that one works out afterwards. It's a bit of a gentleman's agreement as they came into the corner there, wasn't there? I'm glad they worked that out between themselves before there was any paint rubbing. Mike Davies, Alan Edwards, car 44. Car 38, Dave Orritt and Graham Wood, RS 1800 version of the Escort. Wallasey Motor Club and ERO Motor Club members. We've got a rainbow behind us as well. Shows there is a bit of sunshine out there. It's not warming me up, I can tell you that much. It seems to be colder now than it was this morning. Car 52, Ben Smith Senior, Ben Smith Junior, 2.5 litre Mark II Escort. Plenty of go in that thing. They've got Mick and Ben Jowers chasing them down. Andrew Mallison and Harry Woods, Subaru Impreza WRX, making their way onto the gravel. Next up then, the MG, car number 250, John Marshall, Chris Patterson. One of a few late entries. Managing to get a run here today at Oldham Park. Halo lights fitted to the Amery Motorsport Ford Escort. Stephen Amery and Martin Amery in that car. Oh, that's better. Sun shines out, it's a bit warmer, doesn't make it easier for filming, I must admit. 53, Paul Sheard, Bob Wiggins. The first of our Mazda MX-5s. We're having some serious fun in those little cars this morning in the wet. Dancing them around Oldham Park. Not ideal, I suppose, on the gravel, but they're good fun in the wet around the circuit, that's for sure. Stephen Johansson has got a clear track ahead of him now. Somebody who hasn't got a clear track ahead of him is Jonathan Kennedy and Tim Nunn. They have that similar Subaru Impreza just in front of them. Red rag to a bull time. Enjoying the time back out. '55 is Ian Skip, Timothy Skip. The really pretty looking Mark II Escort, actually. It's got a lovely colour scheme to it, but you can't see it because of all the mud down the side of it. It's been pretty dirty. There's a lot of pollution on the stages. Certainly around the rally school sections where a lot of mud had been dragged onto the already treacherously slippy rally school. Making things extra difficult. Next up, Alistair Hutchinson. John Dykes in the Clio Maxi 2-litre power unit in that little Clio. Two-car attack this weekend for Team Clio, and one of them was having issues. I don't forget which one it was now, but one of the Hutchinson Clios was having a bit of a drama this morning, so great to see them both running. '51 is Jacob Glover, Gary Holford. Mitsubishi Evo 4. Alistair Crawford, Jack Amos, down from Scotland. Their 2.5 litre Ford Escort. Stephen Johansson on his final lap, making his way through. Just seen him splash his way to the water splash. Quite a big cut actually on the way out of the water splash as they head the way back to the circuit. Cars coming across the grass there, bringing quite a lot of muck on. You don't want to get that wrong, heading up there. Richard Kay in the course has had I was just about to say Richard Kay was having all sorts of dramas this morning with the Corsa and the top end not being there power-wise, and struggling with the full range of power in the engine, but Marshall's there nearly joined by Mr. Johnson, wasn't it, in the Subaru. Sorry, no, Jonathan Kennedy, Tim Nunn in that Subaru. Just keeping everybody on their toes. Final hairpin on the circuit looks entertaining. Plenty of sideways if you're up that end as they come back into the pits. It's looks like a good watch from here. Paul Gorge, Charlie Stevens in the Mazda MX-5. They've just made their way through. There's 4 MX-5s today. Something that is nice to see. We've had 3 Chevettes here today. You don't always see a lot of Chevettes, but it's been fantastic seeing the Chevettes out today. That's Matthew Faulkner, Liam Howard. Another crew to have had a lot of issues this morning. Really struggled after stage 1. A crew to be struggling right now actually is car 37. That's Andrew Mallinson and Harry Woods. Hazards ablaze as they head through the trees. Not too slow, to be fair. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. But yeah, all sorts of issues in the Swift for Matthew and Liam. Changed a lot on the car for stage 2, and when caught up with them at the end of stage 2 they were a lot happier. So softened the suspension and changed the tyres and just had a complete reset. They'd been trying something a little bit different today, tried a different setup to see how things went, and were very open and honest to tell us that it was not good. It was a rubbish idea and they didn't want to do it again. So much happier after stage 2. You just saw Mike Latham and Mike Fletcher in that lovely looking 2.5 litre 325 BMW i. And we had Adam Hanna and Wayne Wood in the Ford Puma also through in car 66. Sideways through Old Hall. Putting a show on for the cameras. Dave Willett, John Davies. Johnny Kennedy. He's already made a bit of a mess of things. He's tried again here now. Our cameras. Let's get the bumper out of the way. We'll get that back to him afterwards. Everything else is out of the way. Just need the... We'll get the hay bale back in front of it all now. Marshals will chuck that back. Cheers, mate. So a little bit of drama there, aren't we? Keeping everyone on their toes, aren't we, with a bit of action there? We'll get the bumper back to the Subaru gang anyway. I know Tim, the co-driver, quite well, so we'll get that back to him anyway. And during the break, I'm just going to...
spoke to the guy, then he said he was on the back.
Oh, it's all going off. Right, I'm back with you. John Ray in the MG. Car 72. Making his way through. Right, where were we? I know you can't see it all, but off camera we're just trying to get bumpers back to people and various bits and bobs sorted. So we're all sorted now. Thank you for persisting with us there. Okay. Peter Taylor in the MX-5 with Daughter Cat alongside. A little bit of a lock-up, keeping it sensible. Okay. Where were we? So we haven't had a Keith Anglesey through because Keith's exhaust has decided to depart the BMW once again. He's having a bit of a torrid time in that BMW. Certainly with the exhaust anyway. Gary Jones, Matthew Jones, Mini Cooper S R53 with a couple of modifications to that car as well. It's got some going in that little Mini, so keep an eye on that one. Car 68 making his way through. That's Andy Frost and Tammy Trapp. Lots of fun in that BMW. 76, that is Hazel Johnson making the move up to the 182 Clio. Stephen Butler alongside. She's having a good run today. Took a bit of time to find her feet this morning and just settled in nicely. Sensible approach, to be fair, with the conditions. Able to push on now as the conditions change and improve. Andrew Pollard Sam Berman in that Puma. Raspy engine note, isn't there, in that? Sounds good. It's the BMW car 65. Mike Latham, Mike Fletcher, popping and banging its way down the gravel, just flashing through shot. Next up for us then, Lauren Groves, car 78. Enjoying her time out in the little C2. Mark Brew says good luck to the Merrills brothers in their dad's Chevette. Absolutely, good luck to everybody. It's great to see the Chevettes out. Now then, I'm intrigued to know, can't read what it says on the back window. There's a pair of characters in that little Mini. They're having a whale of a time. Magazines on the lap of the co-driver when they got to the finish earlier, reading Women's Own magazine. It's an interesting choice for the Mini crew, and I've had a message sent to me privately saying that for the next stage they're going to bring out OK magazine. So there you go, lots of drama to be had in that Mini. We'll be able to tell you all about William and Kate and Jimmer Atkinson and Gorka Marquez. Oh, there you go. I didn't think I'd be talking about that on a special stage live stream, but if you need to know any of that information or anything that's going on in that part of the world, yeah, time with Danny Cosgrove, he'll tell you all about it. He's reading that as he goes around the stages. Keith Anglesey is out. I must have missed him. Oh, there you go. I thought I was having double vision then. The two orange compacts back to back. Reese, Williams, Dylan, Richards in the second. Pete Taylor back through again. Pierre Newton, car 83. Paul Gratridge alongside. Oh, a little flick of the handbrake there. I like that, Pierre. Nice. Looking good. Followed them into the circuit yesterday. I thought it must have been a local crew that I was following, because I come the back lanes way into the circuit, and I was following him thinking, well, why would you come this way with a trailer? So, based not too far from here. Michelle Petrie is watching whilst walking the dogs. Thank you very much, Michelle, for tuning in, as always. Nice to have you along. Are you walking the dogs, or are the dogs walking you? I used to have a chocolate Labrador, and it was always the dog that walked me. I just went wherever the dog went. So, oh, nicely done. That was fantastic. I wish you could have seen that. That was the BMW of Andy Frost and Tammy Trapp, flicking the handbrake, and even these wet conditions, squealing the wheels on the BMW. Around the hairpins, there's two at the end of the stage, hairpin right and a hairpin left, and the car just danced away around it. It was brilliant to watch, really, really good. Fair play. Not on camera, but fantastic to watch in the background. Car 85 is our next crew that we're keeping an eye on. Michael Pettit, Lucy Guttridge. Light flicked up on the little Mazda MX-5 as it bounced its way down the gravel. Ben and Matthew Hearsay next through. 1600 Mini. They've got their mirrors full of John Bray in car 72. Here's Danny Cosgrove again. We're just trying to figure out what page he's on in the magazine. No, that looks like a map to me. That what you see, he's just got to the end of the stage and got that magazine out. He's tricking us. Well, I could see through the window then, that was definitely a map. Car 87, John and James Crook. Citroen C2 R2 Max with the Loeb registration number. Alan Russell, Harry Nichols. Next up. Going well in the little 106. Kay Thompson is our next crew. Kay Thompson and Jordan Joins. Gilly Bob Vance is sat in the pub at the Edgerton Arms, 5 minutes away, broken down in a pub car park. Oh, what are you doing at the Edgerton Arms? You could get us a drink while you're there, actually. If you get fixed up and you're coming this way, get us a pint, won't you? Didn't make it inside, waiting for recovery, but watching the live stream. Oh, I'm gutted that you never made it. Sorry about that. So, thank you for tuning into the live stream. Should we, shouldn't we? Will we, won't we? Decided against it in the end. The Mini doing its best to stay out of the way and the Escort doing its best not to get past. Right, he's got past in the end. Good stuff. Andrew Dyer, Richard Bliss in that 2-litre Mark II Escort. Just finding their way past the Mini Cooper of Gary Jones and Matthew Jones. Gaz Carlos and Chris Ball, 1400 Ford Focus. ERO Motor Club members. Gaz runs one-stop MOT centre in Crewe. Car 90. Chris Cooper, Victoria Swallow, Ford Fiesta R2. Walter Moore's Car Club members supporting their club who has put this event on today. A fantastic job they've done. Steve Wilkes and Heather Phelps are our next crew through. Wilksy steering the turquoise Escort through this narrow little barrier. You can see it's not to be taken for granted, as we found out a little earlier. We have a Subaru Impreza with a bumper missing. That'll be strapped back on and sent back out again shortly. Bumper's back with the crew now. Car 95, it's not Lightning McQueen, but it's David Forrester and Ben Forrester in the 205 GTI. Broughton Brand Motor Club members. 1.6 GTI, Peugeot 205. Lauren Groves throwing the little C2 around the hairpins at the end. Like that, Lauren, it's good. Josh Dallimore, Kaylee Duggan, first time out for Kaylee in the rally car. And, front row seats to the Neil Howard Stages Rally. Big smiles on the faces in that little Mini. Always good to see a Mini out as well, isn't it? Always great to see a Mini out. 96, Paul Yeoman's John Shepherd in one of the earlier Honda Civics. A couple of different iterations of that car here with us this weekend, that being one of the earlier ones. We will see Leon Birchall and Richard Birchall in their Type R through very soon. In fact, next on the line, I think. Brendan Leonard and Duncan Leonard are making their way onto the gravel. Here they are, Leon and Richard. Car's on hire and getting to grips with it. He said he hadn't got the skill to drive that car. It was too quick for him. I don't believe that. It looks like he's got to grips with it quite well, to be fair. He seems to be handling it very nicely. We have a car pulling to a halt on the inside of Old Hall. It's an MG ZR. It could well be Rodri Jones and Yvonne Walton. Can't quite make it out from here, but they were due into stage any time now, so it might be that drive shaft's gone or power's gone to the car. The marshals are going to have a look now. Robert Foster, Bob to you and me, with Charlotte alongside. 1400 Vauxhall Corsa, car 102. Just trying to see what's going on. Bonnet's open, so there must be something mechanical inside that engine bay. Conscious of lights. Flash it, three-way tie for the lead here. What's going to happen? Wilkes, he's going for it. Peugeot through neck. Oh, heck. 3 into 1. Oh, Wilkes is out of the way of the Peugeot now as well. Oh, my goodness. Sort yourselves out, guys. Sort yourselves out. Well, we got there in the end. Alan Russell, Harry Nichols in the 106. Making their way past Steve Wilkes and Heather Phelps in the Escort. And bringing up the rear there, Jamie Wilson, John Pinder. Front row seats for all the action there in their little 107. Just happy to sort of sit out of that one and make sure that they got through. A busy moment for all involved there, but we all got away with it, thankfully. Okay, who have we got? David Lawson and Jonathan Cragg are our next crew through. Car 104. Suzuki Swift Sport. I was wondering if they were still with us, as we hadn't seen them, but running a few cars out of position. Paul Stevenson, Michael Hughes in the G3. It's a good-looking car. I like seeing that out. It was very warm in that car earlier. Paul was feeling the heat for sure. Well, that looks like the last of the cars for now. We have the course car on the start line, so we'll just bring you the last of the action from here. We'll film the last few cars for their last few laps round, and then we'll cut the stream ready for the lunch halt. We will be back with you this afternoon. More action to bring you, including the podium celebrations here at the Salford Van Hire Neil Howard Stages Rally. Salford Van Hire celebrating 60 years of service as well. It's some achievement. We continue to look down on the MG that's parked down there. It looks like bonnet and boot are open now, so hopefully nothing too bad. We'll get them back up and running. Ooh, just overshooting almost. Chris Cooper, Victoria swallowing that R2. Fiesta WB Motorsport car. Mark Kelly was out in a car, it might be the same car, was out in one of those cars last weekend with Will Atkins. Steve Wilkes through again, final time through. Another quick look at Robert Foster and Charlotte Foster. Car 95. Dave Forrester and Ben Forrester in 205 GTI, making their way back through again. Peugeot 107 and the little Mini. Josh Dallimore over from the Isle of Man. Something dangling underneath that Mini. It looks just like it could be some like a bit of sheeting or something. Maz Miller, we haven't spoken about Maz on this stage, have we? Maz is here in the Fiesta ST 150. Ian Davidson alongside. Familiar face in the Protyre Circuit Rally Championship. Always has a smile on her face. I think I say that every time I speak to her, actually. Always has a smile on her face. Battle of the Swifts coming into view. David Lawson, Jonathan Cragg leading the way with Brendan Leonard and Duncan Leonard chasing them down in the Jamtech Motorsport car. Ooh, Peter Stevenson almost into the back of the Civic. Not sure he's seen him just yet. Be patient, be patient. Wait till you get back on the circuit. It looks like it's all over for the MG crew then in the inside of Old Hall down there. The OK and SOS board has been held up to the OK side. We can see the SOS side, but that's a good thing. The drivers can see the OK side. So, yeah, the board is being held up. So I think that's probably end of stage for them, certainly. Maybe end of event. Let's try and get that dragged back and take some maximums and see if they can get back out again for this afternoon. So let's just have a little look at what's been going on. Just watching some footage from the water splash. A few interactions. Tony Wilkinson is watching. David Humphries is watching. Commenting, you'll get some cool cars. The Chevette in the States was a POS. I'd love to get hands on one of those Escorts. Thank you for tuning in from America. Reece Stoneman is watching. Reece Davies at Phil. Me and Ellie Davies are watching at home. Gutted not to be there. Yes, why are you not here, Reece? Come on, you're not too far away. Terry Vernon, fantastic coverage. Love watching rallying. Hopefully doing the Roger Albert Clark in a couple of weeks' time. Good stuff, Terry. That's the place to be. You've got to be out on that one. If you're there and about and you see us, give us a shout out. Grant Williams, hello, mate. Hope you are keeping warm and well. Not warm, I can tell you that much. Keeping well, but we're not warm. It's freezing. Good luck to all the ERO, not ELO, no. It's not the Electric Light Orchestra. ERO, ladies and gentlemen, today. David Humphries says, are these guys racing each other or are they racing within class they've been placed in? So, yeah, both really, to be fair. It's a simple way. Different classes for all the different cars. Obviously, this little 107 that's making its way through now is probably the lowest of the classes. It's the sort of 1 litre class, and then they work our way all the way up to the cars you see at the top of the field, the Rally 2 Fiestas, Citroen Rally 2s, all 1600 powered sort of world championship level cars. and European Championship cars that compete in and around the world scene. Grant Williams is sat in bed with the flu. Oh, Grant. Tommy Henderson is watching. Sorry to hear that, Grant. Hope you get better soon. Julie Ponting, car H5, Lucy Guttridge in the car. Pete Stevenson has found another car to sit behind now. He's found some traffic on this lap or this stage, hasn't he? Gilly Bob Vance is still watching. Thank you very much for that. What else have we got? Let's see. I can't quite see that. Paul Sidebottom has commented as well. Big shout out to the DSG supporting all the Chevettes out there. Looking forward to the live stream after lunch. Yeah, get a bit of food and then we'll be back with you, I promise, this afternoon. I need to give a big shout out to cameraman Ollie, who's with me this weekend, as a last minute call. Ollie stepped in for cameraman Jamie, who's not very well at all at the minute. So big shout out to Jay. Hope Jamie, you are getting better as we speak. We want to see you back out on the stages very soon, but not very well at the minute. So a big shout out to Ollie. I think he's done a cracking job today. First time using the cameras with us, and we've taken him under our wing today and sort of brought him along for the event. So big shout out to Ollie. I think that is just about it for stage 4. The final cars are making their way through the stop line now. All cars are through the water splash. You can see a very sorry sight of the MG parked up down the bottom. But that is it for stage 4 here at the Salford Van Hire Neil Howard stages. We will go and grab some food, have a turn around of the stages, and we'll be back with you in the next hour or so. So please don't go too far. Go and have some lunch, and we will see you very, very soon. All the best.